Welcome into the Broncos Breakdown. I'm Matthew Peterson, and today we're going to be talking about a bunch of guys that watch Broncos games just like you and me, from their couches or from a bar because they're practice squad guys. We show them some love, and we've got nearly the full list of practice squad players, but the Broncos were pretty active in the waiver wire as well, making some moves after most likely putting players on short-term IR. We're going to touch on that later, but one of the first moves they made was bringing on defensive back Mike Ford. He was recently released by the Detroit Lions, an undrafted free agent from 2018. He was a grinder that made himself known in Detroit, got himself some playing time. I mean, this isn't going to be an immediate impact kind of player. He's brought on most likely for special teams purposes and just adding at some depth as well. Look at the numbers on the screen. 24 games, 3 starts over the last 2 seasons in the Motor City. Personally, I think this is a very clear and obvious move where they're going to put Michael Ojemudia on short-term IR as soon as they can. And here's your replacement right here. So that was one of 2 waiver claims the Broncos made this morning. The other one was a new running back, Nate McCrary, I think, one of the 2. But anyway, he led the Ravens in rushing this preseason, was an undrafted free agent as well this year, so he's a rookie. And again, this is a pretty obvious move in my opinion. You're going to put Boone on short-term IR. He's been out with an injury for quite some time right now. And you just released Royce Freeman as well. So here you've got RB3 to sit behind Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams. And tip your cap to this guy. Here's a player who worked really hard in the preseason, finished 5th in preseason rushing yards. Surprised the Ravens weren't interested in keeping some depth at that running back spot after losing J.K. Dobbins, but he finds a home out west in Denver. But let me know, who is your favorite signing of that 2? Is it Mike Ford? Give me an MF. Is it Nate McCrary? Is it give me an NM? Or is it who the hell are you talking about? I've got no idea who these guys are, and I don't blame you because I didn't either until this morning. Type who down in the comments. Other news that the Broncos made, this is a speculation talk now. I think Shamar Stevens is going to be brought back on. The Broncos made room to bring on 2 players. This is not a surprise. GM George Paton said yesterday he fully expects to have Steven and, of course, Cam Fleming brought back onto the roster. So with that being said, they put 2 players on short-term IR. They made 2 waiver claims, so you had to make some extra moves. And I think these 2 guys will be brought back on. As I'm filming right now, the Broncos already made 1 cut of Jonathan Harris and Royce Freeman. So I think the writing's on the wall. These 2 will be brought back to the Broncos. In other news, Denver also is beginning to form their practice squad. These are going to be 16 players that can practice with the team. They don't suit up on Sundays. They kick back with a cold one and watch the games from home or from a bar as well. So here's the beginning of the practice squad, what we have so far. Okay, quarterback Brett Rypien, that's a no-brainer right there. You saw that coming really from the beginning of training camp. But here's where it gets a little more surprising. Tyrie Cleveland, Seth Williams, and Kendall Hinton all on the practice squad. That part's not surprising. I just thought one of them would be on the active roster. But since they weren't, I think the Denver Broncos were very happy that none of them were claimed during the waiver wire period, so they can stash them all on their practice squad. Now, other names moved on to the practice squad. Check them out here. A couple of these guys were great training camp standouts. Marquiss Spencer, a 7th-round draft pick, the rookie. He finds himself on a practice squad for the time being. Linebacker Curtis Robinson, he's been great this preseason and training camp as well. Last 4 practice squad names I've got for you guys so far. Veteran Nate Hairston, he also is on the practice squad after being released a day ago amongst everyone else here. And this is looking like a pretty good practice squad if you ask me. But tell me, who is the best hidden gem of the 12 names we have so far? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Personally, I'm thinking one of those first couple names we saw, either Tyrie Cleveland. I think Brett Rypien is a great quarterback. And I don't know if he will stay on the practice squad all season long. Inevitably, when injuries come along in the NFL, I think that'll be a name other teams look at to add some depth. Broncos fans, if you want more news, rumors, all the best content throughout the entire season, go ahead and subscribe right now just go over, move your mouse, really simple stuff. Make that red subscribe button a gray subscribe button. Broncos also made some cuts here, and this was to clear some room. Probably the biggest name of the bunch, Royce Freeman, the running back. He was cut today, and like I mentioned earlier, Denver has to be at 53. They added on 4 players. They're making some moves, or about to add 4 players, I think. So Royce Freeman is a premature move to make space for either Steven or Fleming. Personally, I don't think Royce Freeman will be unemployed for long. He's got plenty of gas left in the tank. He can work out of the backfield. He's very versatile, but you know what? Played 3 seasons in Denver. They drafted a second-round running back in Javonte Williams. I think the Broncos front office was just looking for a change. I don't expect Freeman to be on the street for long. I bet he'll be picked up very soon, or really when the first injury comes about, he'll be getting a phone call. So, Royce, if you're watching, stay in shape. You got a job coming your way. Other players that were moved around, Trey Marshall was released by the waived by the Broncos yesterday, and he's picked up by the LA Chargers. Yeah, picked up by the LA Chargers today at some depth for their safety room. So Marshall out of Denver and in LA. Gosh, I got to get used to that still. And finally, other moves made, signed off waivers. Adam Prentice, the fullback tight end combo kind of player. He's down in New Orleans right now, who they're going to play their first game in Jacksonville in other news. But yeah, Prentice, he is claimed off waivers by the New Orleans Saints. So 2 players so far that the Broncos released, cut, whatever you want to call it, yesterday, waived, already found new homes. With that being said, who will you miss the most from the roster cuts? Let me know what you're thinking here. Could it be Royce Freeman? That's definitely a leading candidate. RB3 position with Nate McCrary is just a big question mark. We don't know what he's capable of. He's a rookie. So I'm thinking Royce is probably the leading candidate in the clubhouse, at least for now. But let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. Going back to the practice squad names here one more time, waiting for more names to come through. I'm updating everything. I'm scavenging the internet here, looking for some other players added to the practice squad. Haven't got any new names yet, but here are the ones that we have so far, right? Rypien, Cleveland, Williams, Hinton. GM George Paton said he wants 3 wide receivers. He got 3 wide receivers right there. Some depth as well. I mean, like I said, these are practice squad guys. These are players that we talk about now, and no offense to them, but come September 12th against the Giants, these people are far and out of your minds. But hey, we got Broncos content to give you, and you know what? We got football to talk about, so let's talk about it because I can't wait for week 1 against the New York Giants.